coach and trainer. And for all videos, health, wellness, and well-being, you can like, share, and subscribe down below. I'd love to have you as a part of our wellness community here on this channel. And Happy New Year! Welcome back to my channel after the new year. We are going to pick up where we left off with Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I will put a link in the corner to habit number 2, which is the last video I did. And then down in the description box below, I'll link to habit 1 and 2. Today we are talking about habit 3. Put first things first. Habit number 2 was begin with the end in mind. And within that, Stephen Covey discusses creating a mission statement. With putting first things first, we then take that mission statement into our lives and start living it on a daily basis. As you begin taking your mission statement into the physical world and living that vision, you can think of it as creating a solid foundation, like as if you were building a house. You wouldn't build it on rocky foundation because then it would just crumble, right? The minute a snowstorm or a big windstorm came. The same goes for our lives. We have to have some solid base beneath us in order for things to grow. Stephen Covey discusses what he calls the 4th generation of self-management. Being principle-centered helps you to see what is really important. This helps you to determine the urgent from the important. The urgent is usually triggering the fight-flight stress response in our body. But when we are paying attention to what's important, we feel a lot more grounded and rooted in that foundation and vision we have for our lives. It's not shocking information that actually determining between the urgent and important is oftentimes incredibly difficult for people because we live in a fear-based society which actually promotes that the urgent is actually what is important. And in fact, what is being promoted as urgent is really not urgent at all. It's activating adrenaline and cortisol, which are the stress hormones in the body, therefore flooding your mind and shutting down the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for rational thought, prioritization, and organization. So no one can really figure out what is actually important and what isn't. The generation of self-management is to be conscious-centered, which means that you organize your life to the best of your ability in harmony with your deepest values and vision. Covey states that you can't think of efficiency with people. You need to think of effectiveness with people and efficiency with things. It seems to me that this is one of the biggest problems we are having in our society nowadays, particularly since the pandemic and the increase of remote work. Everyone is trying to live their life as efficiently as they can. And what they're not realizing is they are living from the head and not the heart. So they are effectively, actually, squeezing out and pushing out the true essence of life. People are constantly talking about how relationships are transactional nowadays. I'm always feeling like I need to take a shower every time I get a message from someone on LinkedIn who expects that I have never met them before, but somehow I'm going to hire them for their services to help me in my business. Come on now, let's be real. Do you really think that's going to happen? The true essence of life, as I see it, is connection, community, and relationships. Moving more from the heart instead of the head. Cut to what Covey calls his emotional bank account. It's kind of like a little piggy bank. Think about like piggy banks when we were a kid and you would put change into it. It's the same sort of thing. So every little small act of kindness that you do for someone else is putting in emotional savings for the times when you make mistakes, screw up, have to apologize. It all ends up evening out when we have a reserve in that emotional savings. Covey states that the most important thing in relationships is not what we do or say, but how we show up, who we are in relationships. So if you want to be kind, then just be kind. But don't be kind in order to get a certain outcome, because then that turns into manipulation, which really creates disconnect instead of connect. Thinking about how we show up and the small acts of kindness that we can do to help create bonds effectively creates the essence of what life really is. I wish you the best on your journey to creating strong bonds and being more effective in your relationships. Take care and have a wonderful day.